The universe is vast. It stretches farther than our eyes can see, farther than even our most powerful telescopes can measure. When you look up at the night sky, you see stars scattered across a velvet black canvas, glowing faintly from unimaginable distances. But here's the haunting question that sparks curiosity in both scientists and dreamers. What lies beyond that? Beyond the galaxies, beyond the cosmic web, beyond the edge of the universe itself, what is really out there? This question has fascinated philosophers, astronomers, and storytellers for centuries. It's a question that pulls us into one of the greatest mysteries of existence, where science meets imagination, and where the answers are as uncertain as they are exciting. To begin exploring this mystery, let's step back and understand what we mean by the edge of the universe. The term can be tricky. Unlike a wall or a fence that defines the boundary of a city or a garden, the universe doesn't have a neat border where things simply stop. Instead, what we call the observable universe has a horizon, like the ocean. When you stand on the beach, you see the water stretching all the way to the horizon. But you know the ocean continues far beyond what you can see. In the same way, we see a cosmic horizon, a limit to how far light has traveled since the birth of the cosmos. Light has a speed limit, and since the universe is around 13.8 billion years old, the farthest galaxies we can observe today are about 46 billion light-years away. That's what we mean by the edge of the observable universe. But beyond that horizon, the cosmos may continue, endlessly, or perhaps into something stranger than we can imagine. Now, imagine yourself floating in space, drifting away from Earth. You pass the planets, the glowing gas giants, the icy comets, and the distant dwarf worlds at the edge of our solar system. You keep moving, faster and faster, leaving behind the familiar spiral of the Milky Way. Beyond it lies the cosmic web, billions of galaxies like islands of light, connected by strands of invisible dark matter. If you kept going, you would eventually approach what we call the observable edge. You might expect a wall, a barrier, or even a dramatic cliff into nothingness. But when you arrive, there is no wall. There is no edge. Instead, there is more universe, possibly infinite, stretching beyond your view forever. So what lies beyond this horizon? Scientists offer a few possibilities, each one as mind-bending as the next. One possibility is simple yet astonishing, more of the same. Beyond the part of the universe we can see, there may simply be more galaxies, more stars, more cosmic wonders, repeating endlessly. Imagine standing in a forest. The trees extend as far as your eyes can see, but even when your vision fails, you know the forest continues. In this picture, the universe is infinite with no true edge at all. Wherever you travel, you would always find more galaxies, more clusters, more cosmic structures, stretching endlessly like an infinite tapestry. But what if the universe isn't infinite? What if, instead, it is finite but unbounded, like the surface of a sphere? This idea is harder to picture. Think of Earth. When you walk around the Earth, you eventually end up back where you started without ever hitting an edge. The Earth is finite, but it has no border. Some cosmologists believe the universe might be like that too. If you could travel far enough in one direction, you might, in theory, come back to where you began, though the scale is so vast and the expansion of space so rapid that no traveler could ever complete such a journey. Beyond the visible edge, then, may lie ourselves, repeated, curved back through space. This kind of universe doesn't just stretch outward but loops back, making reality more like a grand cosmic sphere or a four-dimensional shape beyond human imagination. There's another possibility, one that blurs the boundary between science and something far more mysterious: the multiverse. Some theories suggest that our universe is just one bubble in a vast cosmic foam of countless universes. Beyond our edge, there might be another universe with different stars, different galaxies, perhaps even different laws of physics. Imagine stepping through a doorway into a room where gravity is stronger, or where light bends differently, or where life takes on forms we could never recognize. These other universes might be expanding alongside ours, colliding occasionally, or existing completely apart in dimensions we cannot access. If this is true, then what lies beyond the edge of our universe is not just more space, but entirely different realities. Now, let's turn to a thought experiment. Picture yourself in a spacecraft capable of breaking all barriers, moving faster than light itself. You fly outward, past the limit of the observable universe, past the last galaxy whose light can reach us. What do you find? Maybe you keep seeing galaxies endlessly. Maybe you notice strange distortions, where the geometry of space curves back on itself. Or maybe you find an invisible boundary, not like a wall but like a transition, where one reality fades into another. What would you feel in that moment? Awe? Fear? A deep, almost spiritual sense that you are touching the edge of creation itself. The truth is, we don't yet know. Science gives us models and mathematics, but our instruments can only see so far. Beyond that, we enter the realm of speculation and wonder. And yet, that wonder has always driven us forward. Hundreds of years ago, people thought Earth itself had an edge, a place where ships might fall off into nothingness. But explorers proved otherwise. What if the universe is the same? What if, one day, we discover that beyond the observable horizon lies a greater truth, far beyond our current grasp? One of the most intriguing ideas about what lies beyond the edge is connected to time itself. When we look farther into space, we're also looking back in time because light takes time to travel. The farthest galaxies we see are snapshots of the early universe, only a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. Beyond that, we reach a wall of light called the cosmic microwave background, the afterglow of the universe's birth. But what came before that? What lies beyond time's horizon? Some physicists suggest there could have been another universe before ours, a cosmic rebirth where universes expand, collapse, and then explode into existence again. If that's true, then beyond the edge might lie not just more space, but echoes of past universes, their fingerprints written into the fabric of reality. This mystery also touches something deep inside us. Humans are storytellers. We want beginnings, middles, and endings. We want boundaries that tell us where something starts and where it stops. But the universe defies those rules. It whispers to us that there may be no edge, no final chapter, no last page. Instead, reality might be infinite or cyclical, or layered with dimensions we cannot yet sense. And in that mystery lies the beauty of it all. Imagine standing under a dark sky, far from city lights. You see the Milky Way stretching overhead, a river of stars. You realize that each point of light is a sun, many with planets, some perhaps with life. And then you think about what lies beyond what you can see. Billions more galaxies, trillions more stars, and perhaps, beyond that, the unimaginable. Suddenly, the edge of the universe doesn't feel like a barrier at all. It feels like an invitation to wonder, to question, and to dream about what lies beyond. When we speak about the edge of the universe, we often imagine something physical, like the boundary of a map. But the more we study the cosmos, the more we realize that the edge may not be a thing you reach, but a concept shaped by how we observe reality. Think about the light from distant stars. That light has been traveling for billions of years, but the universe itself has been expanding during all that time. So the galaxies we see on the edge of the observable universe are not just far away. They are racing away from us faster than light can travel, carried by the swelling fabric of space. This means that beyond a certain point, no light, no matter how fast it travels, will ever reach us. That horizon is not a wall. It is a limit of communication, a silent curtain that separates us from what lies beyond. Now picture this curtain as a kind of veil. Behind it, there may be countless more galaxies. Some of them might look familiar, filled with stars and nebulae much like ours. Others could be more exotic, shaped by cosmic events we cannot yet imagine. Black holes colliding in ways that ripple through the fabric of spacetime, galaxies made of exotic matter that obeys laws of physics different from our own. These are not fantasies, but real possibilities suggested by the strange and expanding field of cosmology. The deeper we peer into the universe, the more we realize that our observable patch is just one tiny window in a much larger cosmic mansion. Let's pause for a moment and imagine ourselves inside that mansion. You are holding a candle in a vast hall. The flame glows, lighting a small circle around you. That circle is the observable universe, everything your eyes can see. Beyond the glow lies darkness, not because there is nothing there, but because your light cannot reach it. The mansion continues endlessly, room after room, hallway after hallway. You know it is there, even if you cannot see it. In this way, the observable universe is just the candle's glow, and beyond it lies the rest of the cosmic structure. One of the most fascinating theories about what may lie beyond this horizon comes from the study of inflation. Inflation is the idea that, in the first fraction of a second after the Big Bang, the universe expanded faster than the speed of light, ballooning from subatomic size to cosmic scale almost instantly. This expansion flattened and smoothed the universe, making it look remarkably uniform. But here's the twist. Many cosmologists believe inflation never completely stopped. Instead, it may still be happening in regions beyond our horizon. If so, then our universe may be just one bubble among countless others, each born from pockets of inflation that continue to sprout like cosmic seeds. In this eternal inflation picture, beyond the edge of our universe lies an infinite field, constantly generating new universes, each with its own rules. Some may contain stars and galaxies like ours, while others may be lifeless voids or exotic realms where atoms never form. This paints a picture far grander than we ever imagined. A multiverse, where our universe is just one page in an infinite book of creation. The thought alone makes our existence feel at once small and extraordinary. But what if the universe is finite? What if beyond the edge, there is truly nothing, no space, no time, no dimensions to step into? This is harder for the human mind to grasp, because our imagination thrives on comparisons. We imagine edges as cliffs with something beneath, or doors with something beyond them. But if the universe truly ends, then beyond that boundary, there may not even be a concept of place. To ask what lies beyond might be like asking what lies north of the North Pole. The question collapses under its own weight, leaving only silence. Yet silence itself can be profound. The idea of a finite universe with no beyond is not disappointing, it is humbling. It reminds us that the cosmos is not obliged to fit the categories of our imagination. It is what it is, whether infinite, looping, or finite. Our role is to wonder, to question, and to seek meaning in the mystery. Philosophers have often wrestled with this question too. Ancient thinkers in Greece wondered if the universe was infinite or bounded by crystal spheres. Medieval scholars argued over whether God could create an infinite cosmos or if the universe must have a fixed edge. Today, science has replaced myth with mathematics, but the essential question remains the same. Does existence have a boundary? And if so, what lies beyond it? In this way, the mystery of the universe's edge is not just a scientific question. It is a deeply human one, tied to our desire for discovery and our fear of the unknown. There's also a strange possibility suggested by modern physics. The universe might be a kind of simulation or hologram. If this is true, then beyond the edge may lie the framework of that simulation, the cosmic code that generates reality. Just as a video game has invisible boundaries, our universe may have an unseen limit where the rules of the simulation break down. This is still speculation, but it fascinates scientists and philosophers alike, because it blends questions of physics with questions of meaning. If we live inside such a cosmic program, then the edge of the universe may be more like the edge of a screen, hiding a deeper reality beyond. Of course, while these theories spark wonder, they also highlight how much we don't know. We may never truly see beyond the observable universe. The expansion of space itself guarantees that much of reality will remain forever out of reach. And yet, this very limitation fuels our creativity. We tell stories of parallel worlds, of cosmic rebirths, of infinite universes. We build telescopes, launch satellites, and write equations, all in an attempt to peel back the curtain of the unknown. In doing so, we remind ourselves that the search for what lies beyond is not just about finding answers. It is about the journey of curiosity itself. So the next time you look up at the stars, imagine that horizon stretching out 46 billion light-years in every direction. Beyond that, galaxies continue endlessly or perhaps into other realms altogether. It is not an empty void waiting at the edge, but a realm of possibilities so vast we can barely grasp them. Some of those possibilities may never be tested by experiment, but that doesn't make them less valuable. They inspire us to think bigger, to dream bolder, and to see ourselves as part of a story far greater than the one written in our local patch of space. Beyond the edge of the universe lies more than galaxies and stars. It lies the very essence of mystery itself. And maybe that is the greatest discovery of all. Not that we can name what lies beyond, but that the question itself drives us forward, deeper into the unknown, lighting the path for generations to come. If you've followed this journey so far, you might feel your mind drifting between awe and confusion, between wonder and humility. That is the power of a question like what lies beyond the edge of the universe. It doesn't just stretch the boundaries of science. It stretches the boundaries of imagination itself. And in that stretching, we begin to glimpse the true scale of existence, where our tiny lives on a small blue planet become part of something so vast, so magnificent, that words can barely contain it. To fully appreciate this mystery, let's imagine traveling outward one final time. Picture yourself leaving Earth once again, drifting past the planets, the glowing gas giants, the cold and silent dwarf worlds at the edge of our solar system. You cross the dark gulf between stars, weaving through the spirals of the Milky Way until you rise above it, gazing down at our galaxy like a shining pinwheel adrift in a cosmic sea. You move farther still, past clusters of galaxies bound by gravity, until even they shrink to dots of light. Ahead of you lies the observable horizon, the edge of what our telescopes can see. You push past it into the uncharted unknown. Here, imagination must do what science cannot. Perhaps you find endless more galaxies, a repeating pattern of stars and clusters stretching without end. Or perhaps you sense the universe curving in on itself, like a hall of mirrors, looping back into familiar territory. Maybe you drift into a boundary where reality flickers, where the very constants of physics shift into new rules. Beyond that, another bubble universe might blossom before your eyes, glowing with its own galaxies, its own laws, perhaps even its own versions of life. Or maybe you discover the most humbling truth of all, that there is no beyond. That beyond the edge lies only the absence of space and time, a silence so complete it cannot even be called emptiness. Each possibility is more than a theory. It is a story, and stories are how humans make sense of mystery. From the earliest myths of creation to the cutting-edge equations of modern physics, we have always told stories about what lies beyond the horizon. Some imagined gods shaping the cosmos. Others envisioned infinite cycles of death and rebirth. Today, we imagine inflationary bubbles, multiverses, holographic realities. And though the language has changed, the impulse remains the same: to look at the edge and to wonder what lies beyond it. But perhaps the most important truth is not what we might find, but how the question changes us. Standing under the night sky, we realize we are not the center of the story, but a tiny part of an immense tapestry. We realize that our planet, our lives, and even our universe may be one of countless others. This recognition does not make us small. It makes us rare. Out of the vast sea of possibilities, we exist here and now, conscious beings able to ask these questions, able to feel awe at the mystery of it all. That alone is extraordinary. Science continues to search for answers. Telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope peer deeper into time than ever before, capturing light from the first galaxies that formed after the Big Bang. New theories of quantum physics and relativity attempt to unify the rules of the cosmos into a single framework. Each discovery pushes the horizon a little farther, opening new doors of possibility. Yet, there will always remain a beyond, a place where light cannot reach, a space where knowledge fades into mystery. And that is perhaps the most beautiful part of the story. There will always be new horizons to chase. As we close this journey, take a moment to breathe in the enormity of it all. You are alive in a universe that may be infinite or looping or just one of many. You are made of atoms forged in stars, stars born from galaxies, galaxies born from the earliest fire of creation. Beyond the edge lies mystery, but here, within the edge, lies the miracle of existence itself. We may never step beyond that cosmic boundary, but by asking the question, By daring to wonder, we stretch ourselves into something greater. And maybe, just maybe, that's the point. The universe does not give us edges to stop us, but horizons to inspire us. Horizons to remind us that the journey of discovery never ends, that curiosity is the most powerful engine we have, and that wonder is a compass pointing us toward truths we cannot yet see. So the next time you look up at the night sky, let yourself feel that wonder. Ask yourself the question, what lies beyond the edge of the universe? Not to find a simple answer, but to remind yourself that life is richer when we allow mystery to remain, when we embrace the unknown, and when we see ourselves as part of a story far larger than any of us could tell alone. And now, I'll leave you with one final thought. Perhaps the universe is less about the edges we can't cross, and more about the horizons we can. The edge is not a wall, but an invitation to keep imagining, to keep seeking, and to keep marveling at the fact that we are here at all. If this journey made you pause, made you wonder, or made you feel that spark of curiosity deep inside, then let's keep exploring together. Subscribe, share this story with someone who loves to dream big, and join me for the next journey into the mysteries of science and the cosmos. Because the more we wonder, the more alive the universe becomes within us.